Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 challenge run, where you pick the most difficult character weapon combos in the game, and I try to beat them. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're trying Jack with flutes. Now, flute is a terrible weapon, especially if it's the only weapon you're using, but I think that this challenge actually will not be as difficult as those who proposed it may have thought, because the main downside of flute is that you don't make money because it's so bad at killing large groups of enemies, which Jack doesn't have to deal with. So hopefully we can make reasonable income this wave and each wave thereafter, just with our flutes being able to actually kill or charm enough enemies. And with the powered up enemies that the Jack gives you with their extra health and damage, we do get powerful units on our side. Buy some harvesting here, we'll buy a flute and roll, buy another flute, perfect. Actually, I didn't even see the fertilizer there. So usually fertilizer's the only weapon I buy, or the only item I buy over a weapon in the first couple shops. So probably I would have bought the fertilizer if I had seen it. That being said, for this character, maybe we just want the weapons, so maybe it actually works out fine that we've got 3 flutes, because we would definitely be suffering in terms of wave clear if we didn't have 3 weapons here. So maybe it's even correct not to buy the fertilizer there, although that's not the decision that I would have made if I had seen it. Trying to charm as many of these mantis shrimp as possible and make decent income, and we've made 61 on wave 2, which is really solid. Let's roll here. I'm looking for harvesting or luck. Of course, luck not only is an economy stat for this character, it also boosts our damage output on our flutes. Do I want to roll again for 4? I think I'm just going to take 1 armor. I need enough money that I can buy the fertilizer, buy the flute, and then at least guarantee rolling into another flute that we can lock. So, very happy with that. Lumberjack shirt, of course, is amazing for the Jack. It's going to let us kill trees without wasting a ton of our damage. Hoping to charm that clam, but didn't manage to. The moray eels are a little dangerous, and definitely we're a little behind in terms of weapon levels, but we should be at least making decent income, because enemies drop triple materials. I did let that loot alien absorb a lot of our attacks there, so I gave up a little bit of income. Obviously, with flutes on the Jack, you can never kill loot aliens, so there's no point in attacking them. I can take 5 attack speed here. Very important to boost your attack speed on this character, but I feel like we can do better. Maybe not. I guess I'll just take 2 regen. We are going to need a ton of defensive stats, because normally on the Jack, you just build as a pure glass cannon and try to kill the elites as quickly as possible using your bonus damage against elites. However, on this version of the character, we're playing a weapon that simply doesn't do enough damage to kill elites, so we need defensive stats to survive against the guaranteed elite waves that this character gets. I'm going to buy the lure, even though we probably won't kill even one of the loot aliens, and definitely won't kill both. But 45 or whatever it's costing for 2 regen is already just a totally reasonable item, so even if we don't manage to kill any of the loot aliens, I'm still happy buying the lure. Hoping I can charm this lamprey. There we go. And I've got Lumberjack shirt, which allowed me to clear that tree. The curse alien again absorbed a lot of our attacks. Very happy with this cake. Our max HP is quite low, so taking that is going to be helpful. I could buy 10 luck. That increases our damage per shot by 1 on every one of our weapons. I could also buy 10 attack speed. I could roll for harvesting. I think I'm just going to take the 10 luck, though, and then we'll take 12% damage here. And we'll upgrade our flute, buy a lure, buy a lost duck. I'm going to pass on the turret, it just doesn't do enough damage. Definitely taking sharp bullet, and a crystal is a really nice one. So, although there's fewer enemies to pierce through, one of the main disadvantages of flute is it just doesn't hit multiple enemies, so sharp bullet is still incredible even on the Jack. And crystal, it should be amazing. This character will die in 1 or 2 hits, so we don't want to take damage anyways. And attack speed will let us charm enemies much more reliably, so having the crystal can be really helpful. I'm gonna try to... I was trying to kill or charm this this enemy there. Unfortunately, the buffing alien managed to buff one of the loot aliens. So we're definitely not going to kill the loot aliens. I think it also buffed the lower health one. I'm going to try to attack that one. Okay, nice. We actually did manage to get one, so did a little better in terms of loot alien kills than I thought. It cost me some money. Wave 5 is always going to be a bad wave for us, though, because it has Mantis Shrimp and it has buffers, and those absorb a ton of damage from your flutes. So getting one loot alien kill and making 130, I feel pretty good about on Wave 5. I'll take the jelly. I'm going to take 6 movement speed, because positive movement speed, super important here. I think do I want the flute or do I want the crystal? So I could buy flute and sharp bullet first. I think because this is our Wave 5 shop, so we're guaranteed every time we reroll to see at least one weapon in the shop. I'm going to buy the flute and the sharp bullet, and that way I can reroll and potentially lock another flute, which did in fact work out. Upgrading this weapon is super important. Alright, so I need defensive stats. We have very low armor. Our regen is pretty bad, but other than that, I think we're doing okay. I also would like to pick up one more harvesting item or level up, because we're not even at 20 harvesting yet. Come on, game. We gotta get some charmed units here. We got very unlucky on charms this wave, so our wave clear was a lot worse than I think it would be sort of on average on this wave. But we're actually making very good money for Wave 6 here. 238 with 60 on the ground is really nice. Okay, we'll take a harvesting level up, get our harvesting to positive. I'll take a flute and a crystal. Spyglass, this is a high economy run, so I think the Spyglass will actually be good. And then I'm gonna re-roll past the turret. We have -2 engineering, so turret's pretty bad for us. Take a treasure map. I'm not gonna bother with the gambling token. We don't have any dodge right now, and I need to boost my armor. This is maybe not a good Spyglass pickup, because Spyglass doesn't make you stronger for many, many waves, and this character does need to get stronger, but it's better on high economy runs, because you're more likely to reroll. And we have a lot of money, at least in the early game, we have a lot of money on this character. So I think the Spyglass will pay for itself a little faster than it normally would. Probably by wave, 17 or so, it'll have paid for itself. When we have piercing shots, also, the range is actually not totally irrelevant. Not something that I'm going to build around, but it does do something here. Again, making very good money this wave, though. 6% movement speed. I feel like we can do better than that. Okay, perfect. 15 attack speed and 15 luck. That's exactly the type of thing that we need. We'll take a fishhook for sure, and jerky is a tremendous amount of healing, so we're very happy with that. Do I want... So I have a choice here. I could try to curse a flute or a pumpkin. I can't buy both, right? That's 150... 158. Okay, I can buy both, but then I can't reroll. So I have a choice. I could buy both flute and pumpkin, and then I wouldn't be able to reroll, so we'd be getting no fishhook value. I could also lock one of these two items, and either one of them would be pretty nice to get cursed. We have sharp bullet, so the pumpkin is very valuable. And I would also be able to reroll and potentially curse something else. I think what we're going to do is we're going to buy the pumpkin, and we'll lock the flute, and then I will reroll here. And I'm going to buy the weird ghost, lock the metal plate, and do one more reroll with our fishhook. We're playing around fishhook a little more than I usually like to, but the numbers just worked out pretty well for that. Okay, I do need to be careful here. We have weird ghosts, so running towards that anglerfish was a little dangerous, but I thought I could maybe just dodge it at the beginning of the wave, and that would make it safer to fight than maybe accidentally running into it later in the wave. Because when it's the only thing that you're running away from, the anglerfish isn't so bad. When you're trying to dodge other stuff at the same time, it can be pretty dangerous. Getting really good luck on charming this wave, so making up for the bad luck we had on a previous wave. This is a fun run, honestly. Lots of interesting decisions so far. And making very good money this wave again. We'll take a Clockwork Wasp. Okay, so I do want Lifesteal, and Decomposing Flesh is a lot of healing. On the other hand, our max HP is very low. I think we still have to take it, though. We'll take 10 attack speed, and then getting 3 armor to bring us to 4 armor is awesome. All right, so our triple Fishhook Gambit worked out perfectly. We got a Cursed Flute, which is exactly what we want. I'm going to go ahead and buy that to get a Cursed level 3 Flute. That leaves us with 2 level 1s, but that's still okay. I'm going to buy all these items and then reroll, and then we will lock a Baby Elephant and a Fishhook. Passing on Scared Sausage on this character. And Feather, do I want to try to build Dodge? We have no XP gain. If I get the Feather Cursed, it's not bad, but I think I'm just going to roll again. Perfect, so we can try to lock another Flute. If I get a second Cursed Flute, we're in amazing shape. This is a run where items that are sometimes not amazing in outside of Endless mode, like Fishhook and Spyglass, are really excelling. Obviously, Fishhook is still an excellent item in 20 level play, but it's especially good in Endless mode. But because we are such a high economy character combination, we really get the benefit of those types of items that sometimes don't show up in their full effectiveness until later in the game. This is a very good wave for us. If we can charm the Hatchers, then they spawn charmed eggs, and then those spawn charmed slashers. And so every time you could charm an enemy that summons stuff, you get tremendous amounts of value out of it. The wave 9 Abyssal Terrors is really good for flutes and for romantic and any character that charms things. And we should make excellent money this wave, which indeed we did. 15 more luck, perfect. And of course, the more luck you have, the bit more likely you are to find high luck level ups, so it snowballs itself. Okay, so the one we locked with the Fishhook didn't get cursed, but we just rolled into a cursed one, so I'll take it. Here we're definitely just getting another level 3 cursed. We'll take another Fishhook and a Baby Elephant, and we'll roll. Think we can do better than that. I'll upgrade my Flute. I could buy 2 ranged damage. I could buy Feather and Lens, but we really just want base damage from buying luck. I could buy a Goldfish. That could potentially give us some pretty high level items, but there's a good chance that we just miss. I also have almost no healing. I have low armor and I have low HP, so I think we can't afford to buy speculative items at this point because we need the defensive stats to survive the elite. I don't need the fairy next wave. I'm going to spend 1 wave locking fairy because if you get fairy cursed, you sort of instantly win. This is another interesting spot, and we have double Fishhook with a pity bonus. So this is another interesting spot. I could buy the crown. It'll start growing our harvesting right away. I could try to get it cursed. Cursed crown is incredible. I think I'm just going to buy it, though. We'll lock the Spyglass and we'll roll. And then there's a reasonable chance we get a Cursed Fairy here. I'm going to hit level 15, and I unfortunately have to spend that level on another plus 9 HP level up, I think. Because we'll be guaranteed a level 3 level up. But our max HP of 35 is really low, and we have Decomposing Flesh, so we're not gaining HP as we level naturally. And of course, we're playing the Jack. Even though we're looking pretty strong, you can just lose on this character almost instantly. Enemies with increased damage, especially when you're fighting an elite, are incredibly dangerous, and it's very hard to get defensive stats high enough to make yourself safe when you're playing this character. So although it looks like we're in excellent shape, I do still need to be really careful. And any hit I take could spell the end very quickly. Another solid wave for us in terms of income, though. I've got plus 3 consumable heal. Yeah, I'll take an alien worm. We'll take a poisonous tonic. Here, I really want armor, luck, and max HP, but I think I have to just take the max HP, unfortunately. Okay, we got a cursed Spyglass. Not a cursed fairy. I'm going to keep it locked for 1 more wave. Whether it gets cursed or not, we're going to buy it going into the elite wave. But I think it is worth speculating on a Cursed Fairy because it's so much healing. Take a Scar. I'll definitely take a Mouse. This is a really nice item. Of course, when you're playing the Jack, normally you have minus 70% enemies, so only 30% of the normal enemies spawn. Adding 10% to that means you're getting 1/3 more enemies on the field than you normally would, which is a tremendous amount of additional money. We'll lock the Flute, we'll buy a Fertilizer. Scarf, I wouldn't mind cursing as well, but I can't buy it next wave because we'd be going into an elite wave, so I think I'm just going to roll. Do I want Celery Tea? Celery Tea is usually pretty good for the Jack because the additional enemy health is additive, so it doesn't increase it proportionally by as much as it does on other characters. I'm going to roll a couple times because we have these fish hooks, so I really want to try to level those up, or get those, get more items to curse with them. It has been a very long week for me, and I'm very tired, so forgive me if I misspeak sometimes this video. The Goblin Sharks are super dangerous. We have 47 health and I think 6 armor, so we're not in danger of being like one-tapped by them, but I think 2 attacks from a Cursed Goblin Shark will always kill us. That one got charmed right as it went over me. That was very lucky. So I still need to be pretty careful about incoming damage here. Let's try to pick up some of these materials. Unfortunately, I left a ton on the ground there, and that's going to make it harder to buy the items that we need to survive the upcoming Elite Wave. I will just take 12% speed. That can make it much easier to dodge the Elite. I'm going to roll here. I'm looking for armor, but I'll take 6 max health. Okay, so unfortunately, we didn't get the Fairy cursed, but I'm still just going to buy it. We'll buy a Cursed Flute here. And I'm still just going to buy the Fairy because I just want the regen to survive the Elite Wave. We don't need to get max greedy there. Here, I'm going to combine and get a level 4 Cursed Flute. So we're combining the non-cursed one. It'll always combine with one of the cursed ones. Then we'll just buy a level 1 Flute here, and then we can lock some more items. Actually, all 4 of these cursed would be incredible, so we're very happy to potentially get those. No chance that I can kill the Elite, so don't even bother attacking it. This Elite is not the worst to just run away from, so I think we should be okay here. And we have the Fairy to give us the regen that we needed. Actually, we're doing more damage to the Elite than I thought we would. Maybe we can kill it. I'm not going to try this wave, but maybe next wave, next Elite Wave, we can actually try to kill the Elite. Because we have a level 4 Cursed Flute, our damage output is much higher than I was kind of giving it credit for. Don't know why I just like stood still and got hit by that attack. There was no reason for that. Not really safe to fight the Elite here, though, because our wave clear is good, but not amazing, so we're just going to stay away from it. Although we are going to end up just kind of naturally reducing its health, so we could have gotten greedier and tried to fight it. Much safer play, just not to, though. And we made a lot of money as a result of that decision. I'll take 4 regen here. I think I do want dodge. When we have crystal, so not taking damage is inherently valuable, and we're playing the Jack, so enemies do way more damage. Having the dodge can be really helpful, and getting a +9 dodge level up is a good head start for trying to buy some pretty good amounts of dodge. Cursed Warrior Helmet, this is almost the best item we could possibly have found. And a Cursed Gentle Alien is also great. Obviously gets us extra enemies, but in particular gets us to 66 max HP, which means we're much less likely to die in one hit. I'm going to take the Boxing Glove here. It gives us a regen, and knockback is actually pretty good for us. Here we can just buy this, and it'll upgrade one of our Cursed Flutes. I'll roll. I'm totally happy capping my move speed at 25. I'm going to buy a bait here, and then I'm going to roll. Lock a Flute. Mutation. I think I'll lock because we've got the Fairy, so it's worth a regen. And the 2 ranged damage, if we get it cursed, will be pretty good. I probably won't buy it if it doesn't get cursed. I am going to spend 7 here because we have double Fish Hook. So I think it's worth spending 7 to see if we can lock something else. Stay a little further back and try to charm those lampreys off the start. I was hoping to charm the blobfish, because of course if you charm the blobfish, you get charmed lampreys out of it, but we were able to just move away from those and charm them ourselves anyways. So now we're at the point of the run where we're starting to snowball pretty far ahead. Enemies are just clearing each other for me. And of course, on the Jack, your economy is much stronger than a normal character, so once you start killing stuff, you're going to end up pretty far ahead. So now that we've got our flutes online and powerful enough that we're able to actually kill enemies with them, we should start seeing a pretty significant influx of economy, especially because I invested in stuff like the crown and whatever. That's going to make our late game incredibly strong, and the celery tea and all that. Another baby gecko is really nice here. I'm going to take 9 more dodge because I want to start building up to dodge cap. Go ahead and buy a flute here, and we get another cursed level 3 flute. Shackles, 14 regen, and 117 range, actually pretty good. If you can buy range in huge amounts, it's actually very relevant. It's just that range when you get it in game, mostly comes in tiny, worthless quantities. But when you can get it in huge quantities like this, it can be pretty good. And obviously, the 14 regen is the main draw here. I think I will take the mutation, though, just keep our regen climbing. I'll buy a wheelbarrow as well. Still worth it at this point. A bone dice. My percent damage is awful, so I think I will buy the bone dice, and then I'm going to roll. Here, I think we can buy the goldfish, because there's a couple high-level items that would be really nice for us, and we, in fact, rolled into several of them. Another cursed flute, more high-level flutes, all excellent. And with double fish hook, we can very reliably curse at least one of these things, hopefully. Rolling one more time just to see if we can lock something else. Fishhook and Spyglass also have a lot of synergy, although our baby elephants and our dangerous bunnies, excuse me, forgetting the animal name of the item. Our dangerous bunnies and Spyglasses do not synergize. One reason that Spyglass is often a weak item is that Dangerous Bunny is a very good item, and the two don't work together well. So a lot of characters will have made the Spyglass worse, or potentially not buy a very strong item just to try to keep the Spyglass strong, neither of which are spots that you want to be in. We'd be pretty happy with baby elephants as well. We're getting a lot of materials. We have double gecko, so they're getting pulled to us. We'll take a blood leech here. Then a roll. I think I can do better. And then we'll take 10 more luck, just boosting the damage of our weapons. Let's go ahead and combine these and buy the cursed level 4 flute. And then I'm just going to buy the level 3 flute, because that gives us another level 4 cursed. We'll buy a gecko. I'll roll here. Improved tools, still great because any attack speed on this character is awesome. I'm going to buy a plant as well, and then I'm going to re-roll one time because it's very cheap. All right, so now we've got tons of damage. We should be able to kill this elite. Although, this is a pretty dangerous elite. I'm going to try to get a charmed army, a charmy, to help us fight it. But the fact that we've gotten enough damage that we can fight elites is actually really nice, because this elite is very hard to run away from and much easier to fight. So, oh no, I lost all my attack speed there. I'm gonna back off a little bit because I lost all my attack speed and I took some damage. So I'm just backing off from the elite to heal back up so that we're not in danger. Because we took a hit, so I lost the attack speed that you gain over time from the crystal. Taking a few more hits than I would like, and you can see why I was cautious about fighting the elite in the previous wave, because it takes a long time, you can potentially take hits, it costs you a lot of clear speed, so that's why it was much safer not to do it on the previous one. Finn, I'm going to recycle. It's only the lifesteal here, because we're over speed cap, and we would lose 8 luck, which is very bad for this character, of course. Losing 3 regen for the extra stomach is great, though, because we need max HP. And now that we have the extra stomach, I don't need to buy the +9 max HP. Instead, I can roll and buy something like 3 armor. Take 15 more attack speed. I do want more dodge as well, but the attack speed is really good there. Our fish hooks, 20% pity bonus, classic fish hook behavior. We'll buy the bowler hat. It does cost me 2 attack speed and crit chance, but 30 luck increases our damage output. Take the improved tools. I'm buying all these items even though they didn't get cursed. I'd rather just roll and try to curse some more stuff. Little muscly dude, I again don't need because we found the extra stomach, so we'll get plenty of max HP from that. And we will lock a warrior helmet as well, buy an injection. Scarf, I wouldn't mind the scarf, but again, I don't want to buy it going into an elite wave, even if it got cursed, so I think we'll just roll past it. I'll lock in a cursed adrenaline, that's great for our plan of boosting our dodge, and then we'll roll one more time here. I'll roll once more, we have a very cheap rerolls, so we can lock everything, and potentially get some pretty powerful cursed items. I do think that this is one of those runs where it's a little harder than it looks when you win it. Because in order to win this run, you have to snowball really far ahead of the wave. And so every time you win this run, it's going to look extremely easy. But that may not reflect how difficult it is in terms of how likely you are to win the run. Happy to just kill curse aliens at this point because our damage output is very low. And obviously in this spot, we got double early fishhook and the fishhook's actually procced. And any run where that happens, you're always going to look really strong. I'm happy losing half a damage on each of my weapons because we'll get the extra regen and also the extra healing. We'll take some luck here. We don't need the cursed baby gecko because we would have 4, so it's going to give us the full Sif's relic anyways, but we'll take it. +1 curse is good. Adrenaline, warrior helmet, and do I want the metal detector? I think I still do, even at the cost of 5% damage, because +6 luck is still good. Here, I'm going to lock this flute. Actually, I guess I can just combine and buy the flute if I want. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the sunken bell, because it's a cursed item that we want, and then I'm not going to combine our flutes here. I'll lock this one, hope to get it cursed. I'll lock the cute monkey as well, because it's cursed. Eye surgery, even cursed, I think, doesn't do enough, so we're going to pass on it. And then we'll try to fight this elite. This is another elite that's a lot easier to fight than it is to run away from, so pretty happy that we have the damage to fight it. Trying to keep our posse as strong as possible. That posse with an O. And I really love when you get just a powerful army and you can just watch them just camp on top of the elite and slowly chew it to death. It's just very funny. Charm is such a good addition to this game. It just makes it so much fun. I love summoners in every game. One of my favorite games in this genre is Bone Razor Minions, which is all about summoning an army. Recommend checking that one out. I think I did a video on it at one point. I'm going to recycle the explosive shells. We'll take the armor here from the duct tape. Small fish, cursed, we're very happy with as well. We'll recycle that. Definitely taking small magazine, increased attack speed is incredible for us. And then here I'm going to take 12 dodge. The luck and regen are also really good, but once we get to dodge cap, or get towards dodge cap, it just becomes so good. Each point of dodge makes each future point of dodge better, so as we approach dodge cap, everything gets stronger. I will still buy the non-cursed level 1 flute, just so we can have 4 cursed level 4s. Cyberball, I think is worth buying because we have the extra enemy spawns. And then we'll take a reroll here. Buy a penguin. Gummy Berserker, I don't want to lose any armor, so we're passing on that. Fried rice, we have no way to set enemies on fire. Greek fire, we also have no way to set enemies on fire, so no point in buying it, unfortunately. Take the small magazine. I'm going to lock this flute to try to curse a flute. I don't really need to sell a level 1 to buy a level 2. But if we get it cursed, then I will do that. Book is just cheap curse and regen there, because we don't have one. And then, yeah, we'll buy another fishhook, try to curse all this stuff. Buy a lost duck, lock an alien worm, and roll. Roll again, lock a lost duck, or a duct tape. With triple fishhook, we want to try to lock as many items as we can every shop. I could have tried to curse the last fishhook, but no point, because we would only get it for one wave. It may not even have been worth buying it for this wave, because we're only going to get 2 chances to use it on wave 18 and 19, but the chance of getting, like, 2 cursed items is still pretty good. And we're going to be locking those items anyways, so it's not like we are losing value by locking stuff that we wouldn't normally lock in order to make use of that fishhook. So I think it's still worth buying the third one there. In part, just because we're so strong as well. So, proportionally, unless we get massive boosts to our power level, it just doesn't matter as much. So we want to take big swings on a character like this. Black Flag, it's more dangerous, obviously, but I'm still just going to pick it up just for fun. We'll take the gambling token. We already have a crystal, so Triangle of Power is great. We'll take another 8% damage. Boosting our percent damage is one of the ways we can most easily increase our damage output on this character. Now I will buy the flute, and then I'll roll, upgrade our flute, roll, campfire, 2 regen for -2 speed for 119. I think I will buy the campfire and the mushroom. Just increasing our ability to survive against the elites matters so much. I'll lock this level 1 flute and we'll try to curse it, and then I'll roll a couple times. Bag, there's no chance that it pays for itself, right? I mean, I guess we have 150 luck. You know what? Let's buy the bag. This is just for science. You probably shouldn't buy the bag here, but I'm just curious if it'll pay for itself, and I enjoy doing that kind of thing. We'll lock a medal. Tentacle doesn't really do anything, but I guess I'll lock it, because if we get a lot of crit chance, it can still be good. Because we have all these cursed weapons, Flute normally has 1.5x crit damage, but our cursed weapons have better crit multipliers, so crit chance is a little more valuable for us right now. Charming almost everything, which is great. I don't actually really know how Black Flag interacts with charmed cursed enemies. I don't know if you get the money. I think you do. But it doesn't show the graphic, so it doesn't look like you're getting the money, but I think you still get it. When an ally that you have cursed times out and dies. We had 93 out of 92 health there for a while. I'm not entirely sure how that happened. I don't have a padding or anything. I'll take the bat here. Insanity, sure, we're buying some crit chance. The snail will make it a lot easier for us to dodge the elites, and then I'm just going to take 10 more luck and 3% lifesteal. And then, is the level 1 cursed flute better than the level 3? It attacks slower, does a little bit less damage, has better crit multiplier, and higher charm potential. I guess I will buy the level 1 cursed flute. It's a slight downgrade right now, but if we roll into level 1 flute, then it'll be a significant upgrade. Baby squid won't do anything, but I will still take the weird food here. Now I could buy the padding, but we don't need max HP. I'll take a cursed cyber ball. Sunglasses, yeah, I guess we're buying some crit chance, so we'll buy that. And then we will roll again. Wisdom, this should be pretty good against the bosses, because of course, we will get it 5 seconds into the wave. The cursed wisdom will pay for itself. I might not buy wisdom if it wasn't cursed, but cursed, it's going to be really good. And then we're going to roll here. sort of hoping for a level 1 flute. Actually never found a tree before this, but I guess I'll buy it just for the regen. And then here we can just do some for fun rerolls. Let's check out our spyglasses, actually. How did those perform? Huge performance from the spyglasses, because we got the cursed one. And when you have 2 spyglasses, it's better. And when you have a cursed one, obviously, the discount is much higher. And this is such a high economy run, so spyglasses were incredible here. No, we were so close to being able to get a level 2 cursed flute, but I'm just going to reroll for fun. Oh, these items, they're taunting me. They're so good. All right, let's see how quickly we can kill the bosses, if indeed we can, which we should be able to. Got the dodge there, which is nice because it maintains our triangle and crystal at full potential. Trying to focus on the bosses, but I'm also trying to keep the rest of the wave clear or on our side. Relied on our dodge a little bit, but managed to kill the whale boss. Typically, you want to kill the whale boss before the snake boss, because it has the harder attack patterns to dodge. And then we have managed to clear it. All right, so that's Jack with Flute. That was a really fun run. I actually feel like, obviously, the early fish hooks that then went off were incredible for this character. And so getting that to work in our favor mattered a lot. I think that sometimes when you do this run, you'll fall behind and simply not have the damage to clear the waves, but because we stayed ahead the whole time, we were able to do that, and that's what you want to do on the Jack in general. The early lure worked out very well. Sharp Bullet, of course, was incredible. Finding this early crystal was amazing. The extra attack speed mattered so much. We saw about 500 materials saved from Spyglass. The extra materials here were just on our for fun rerolls. Only 6 items from Treasure Map. Kind of a disappointing performance from Treasure Map, given that we were a luck build and should have gotten a lot of crates. I think we actually rolled a little low on crates overall. Triple fish hook, and they did curse stuff pretty quickly. In particular, cursed a weapon, which matters so much. So the fish hooks paid off really well. The pumpkins were good. Decomposing flesh, that was a lot of healing. 43,000 damage on baby elephant, pretty nice. We ended up with 225 harvesting because of the crown. 550 saved from this one cursed coupon is great. Ended up level 29 because of the celery tea as well, and just being the Jack, so we're really high economy. 18 damage gained and only 1 health lost on the bone dice. A real overperformance from a couple items here. Our fish hooks and our bone dice were way better than they usually are, even if our treasure maps were a little worse. Extra stomach for 38 extra health, of course, let us not buy any extra health there. 5 regen from the squid. 0 healing from the adrenaline. We just never dodged attacks while we were low health, I guess. And only 8k damage from the cyber ball. It was still fine, but obviously this is worse for the Jack because you have fewer enemies on the field. But on a luck-based build, this can still sometimes be worth picking up, and it was. And then our bag got a 75. We only had 1 bag, and so we actually got... we were money positive on the bag. Oh no, because that's counting the 2 boss crates. So no, we didn't end up positive on money on the bag. So the science experiment proved that the bag was not positive. Also, I was overestimating the cyber balls. We had 2 of them, so they weren't doing so hot either. Anyways, that was a really fun run. Honestly, I recommend that if you're looking for a sort of medium challenge run with some really interesting stuff going on, and to use a weapon you don't get to use that often in a powerful way. Jack with Flutes is really great. As always, of course, if you've enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, my friends. I'll catch you next time.